Chickens. People seem to like chickens, painting them, sketching them. I did a little YouTube video, about a year ago now, a tutorial, a little group of chickens, and it got 13,000 views in a year. So I thought I would do a bit more detail course painting about chickens, and I'd like to thank one of my students, Cindy, for sending me some super photos, and I've done a few sketches myself just to show you how we're going to go about it. Now, if you think about chickens, there's not a great deal to them really, shape-wise. Let's just get one here to look at. So what have we got? We've got basically a triangle. If you imagine it ready to go in the oven, sorry about that for vegetarians out there, this is the drumstick, okay, there's the breast, there's the head. We don't usually deal with that, or the feet, but basically you've got to think about it as a triangle with a bit of a head, and depending on the posture, see what else we've got, depends on which way your triangle's going. So I've just done a few sketches here. I went up, I found some chickens nearby, and I've just done a few scribbles, and that's looking at the front of the chicken. Let me just zoom you in a little bit more. Oops, come down a little bit. Always have to get the camera right. If you imagine, you know, it's a round with two rounds, because that's the legs and lots of feathers, and then you've got the feet, and then you've got the head. Or if you think of it this way, I'm going to draw over this just to show you what I mean. There's your triangle with a curve on that side. You've got a bit of a head, you've got tail doing whatever it's doing, and again your legs. And here again it's a triangle with a curve on it. Another triangle. You could do it like this, you could make it up with lots of triangles, look. In fact, let's do that just to make it easier. Okay, so there we go. We've got a triangle. There's the head, there's the beak, there's the tail, and the feet. Now look, anybody straight away, you stick an eye in there, can see that it's a bird. This is cartoon stuff now. It's as simple as that. So if you just think, okay, where do I want its head? Okay, we'll have it looking up. Okay, it's up here somewhere. Okay, here's the body. Okay, and we've got a bit of a back, we've got the breast, we've got the tail, which might go up or it might whatever. You've got the head, the neck you usually have is something like that, and then you've got your little cockcomb or whatever you call it, and the legs are usually, they have like, I always think of them as ladies' lacy pantaloons. You've probably seen the Victorian sort of thing, I mean, Queen Victoria, bloomers with lace round the bottom. There you go, okay, and the little feet here. So it's really not that difficult. Again, as I do with most of my, well, all of my courses really, try and break things down to the simplest component. This is particularly true on the urban sketching course which I did. You break things down to the starting point. If you start saying, well, we've got feathers that go here and this feather, you're going to get bogged down in the detail. Let me just zoom out again. There we go. You're going to get bogged down in the detail, so just keep it simple. Your little chap could be like that. There's his beak, little eye, there's his tail, and his 2 feet. Whatever, and there's your wing again. So you could change the posture. If you look at it, if you look at him face on, you could make it up little triangles. There you go. And here's his wings. So keep it simple. This is how we're going to start. We're going to start off just doing some sketching, keeping it really simple, and then we'll go on. We'll start to flesh them out. We'll start to look at different postures. We'll look at feathers as well. Those of you who have been doing my feather tutorials on YouTube will look at different ways of painting feathers. And I think, just for fun, we'll do a portrait with more detail in the feather, just to get a bit more involved. So that is where we're going to go with this course. We're going to start off very simple, get the basic shapes, that's all you need to start with, gain your confidence to know what you're doing, and then we'll go into painting and colouring. So I'll see you in the next lecture.